good morning, good people. What's up? You're watching the Bruddc And Kendra morning show. It's a little into the afternoon now. We're running a bit late today. We have some very interesting topics to talk about today. Let me just do a quick sound check. Can I get a quick sound check from you, Kendra? We have some very interesting topics.
Can you hear me?
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Kendra? Yes, the sound is beautiful. So, guys, obviously, I've been doing my morning shows for quite a while now. We have a brand new guest. We have a brand new co-host that's actually joined the channel. This is the lovely Kendra. She's going to be joining us. We're going to be going 3 days a week, and we're also going to be bringing you the latest trending news and updates. Any sort of updates that happen, we'll make short videos and bring them towards you. Anything exclusive, anything trending. So, the lovely Kendra, tell us a little bit about yourself.
What do you want to know? There's quite a bit.
Okay. So just tell us a little bit about your sort of like social media journey, your sort of,
So I'm just starting out really on that side of stuff, but I've been in like different businesses for quite a bit, public speaking, and I'm just getting into this side of stuff now.
Okay.
Obviously we met and doing this now, so yeah, it's exciting.
Lovely. What's your star sign? Tell us your star sign. Let's get some interesting stuff.
Sagittarius.
Okay. What do they say about what's your biggest ick? What's your biggest ick? What do you hate? What really annoys you?
I don't know. Disloyal men.
Damn it, guys! Come on, straight into it. Disloyal men.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing is men that drive like, I call them women's cars, but it's probably wrong. But I have that kind of ick of Fiat 500s and men, and that's not.
So a man can't pull up in his little Fiat Punto or whatever and just get you to just hop in, or a smart car,
like the in-betweeners.
Yeah,
no, that's one of my icks, but yeah, just more disloyal.
Just more disloyal men. So can you share a simple disloyal story that you might have experienced in your time?
Oh God, I think there's too many, but just people cheating really, but
cheating.
Wow.
Men don't cheat. What are you on about? Men don't cheat. It's normally a misunderstanding somewhere.
Oh yeah. No, I think most relationships I've been in, I've been cheated on. That's why I'm taking a break at the minute.
Wow. So I don't get that. Beautiful woman, you've got everything seems to be all there. Why are men cheating on you?
I don't know. I just think the whole dating and relationship game's changed from a long time ago, and I think there's more access to social media and more women.
Yeah.
It's just it's accessible for everybody now, isn't it? They don't have to stay with who they're with, so.
Most definitely. And what I think we were speaking yesterday about it as well, like men now that are earning a decent bit of money, the sort of men that women all want, sort of, the sort of high earner, solid man's man type of guy. They sort of just know their worth now, and they know that like there's no abundance of women that they can get. So it's like men are just like, it's kind of like they're playing it like Sex and the City. They're just like successful and they're just like having their fun, and it's just like they're in that sweetie shop at the minute and they don't want to leave. They don't want to settle. They want to pick a mix.
They want to play the field for a bit. But yeah, I get that. But what I don't like is don't get into a relationship if that's what you want to do. It's just easier, to be honest, isn't it? But
yeah. Well, there is this type of man. I've heard this rumor about this type of man that likes to have his cake and eat it almost. He wants a good wife like you at home, but he wants to occasionally be able to step out and just a little dabble in the pick and mix a little.
And I think that's kind of what I've been through with men.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, so single at the moment.
Single and ready to mingle, yeah. So guys, we're going to be doing another show coming up. It's going to be Finding Love for Kendra. Finding Love for Kendra. No cheating though, guys. Okay, so we're going to start with some very sad news. The icon that is Tina Turner passed away. Let's have a little glimpse of her in her heyday. Well, let's get back. There we go.
You do it for me. Oh, what's love got to do? It's got to do it. What's love but a second-hand emotion?
Come on, Kendra, this is your part.
Actually.
All right. I promised I wouldn't do that. Okay, so what are your thoughts? What was your first reaction when you heard Tina Turner passed away?
Well, it's sad. I mean, she, just like that tune, you hear any of her music and most people are dancing and singing, and yeah, it's sad, isn't it? Definitely gonna be missed.
Definitely. But the good thing about these sort of artists, when it's not good, but it's a positive. When they pass away, it's like they never really die, because like they've imprinted on the world so much. Like you can watch a movie, you can watch their songs, so they kind of live on forever, as well. So it's kind of a good thing to obviously, for them, because it's just like when someone passes away, you're like, wait a minute, like I think like when Patrick Swayze died, and I started watching all of his old films again and stuff, so it's strange.
I think as well, you just forget like how, like obviously I knew this morning we were going to be chatting about her, so while I was getting ready, I was playing her music and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this one, like that's such a tune. And so yeah.
Okay.
Sad.
And obviously a lot of women, I don't know if you watched, if you followed her life story and stuff, the stuff she went through with old Ike Turner.
Yeah, I've watched some stuff, and around the same time as I watched all the Whitney stuff, actually. So a lot of women went through that.
Yeah, definitely.
Music industry.
Definitely.
Similar
And I think
stories.
Yeah. And I think that's like the same with, like, back in the day, in terms of any sort of industry, like we're a celebrity sort of status and stuff like that, like singers, music, whatever, they all, like, it's all coming out now what they had to do. Like like Harvey Weinstein, all these women, all these actresses, came out. What was strange for me, though, jumping a little bit, what was strange for me is, though, is like they never said anything at the time. They said something when their careers dried up, and they said it later. And it's not to say that's even wrong. That's not even wrong, but it's like they kind of put up with it to sort of get the perks, get the roles, and then sort of like, later on down the line, they're like, wait a minute, this happened to me, and then sort of, I always found that a bit weird.
I think as well, maybe it's like the whole other people aren't speaking out.
Yeah, definitely that.
So they're like, do I speak out against this like massive, person or influencer? Could my career be over?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that play into it, I think, for women. Am I going to be believed, against somebody like that?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty hard, isn't it? For
it is
some
a tough
people.
one.
Well, I say women, but men and women go for it. So yeah. Yeah, I think it's a lot of aspects to speaking out on that sort of thing.
Most definitely. Anyway, Tina Turner, gone but never forgotten. We'll listen to your music forever, and you've imprinted on the world big time. And I think we're going to move on to some sort of sad news for the dog lovers out there. We have this situation where the police have shot this guy's two. Were they XL bullies? Were they?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So the police shot this guy's XL bullies. They were trying to take the dogs for whatever reasons. Someone made a complaint about the dogs, and the police were told to come and collect the dogs for whatever reason. The guy decided, I don't know. Let's watch the video and see what we think and see what we think is going on over. Let's add this. Okay, so what do you see? You tell me what you see. Sort of, the dogs. When looking at these dogs, they don't look like they're in that killer stance. When dogs are like ready to kill, they don't look like it.
Yeah.
I'll let you watch it and just see what you think.
Well, they're definitely not like pulling on the leads or anything, are they?
No,
not there. Oh,
Bless them. Oh, did I not get the whole video? Let's have a look. Okay, this is the start of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're sort of barking, and they're telling the guy, the police are telling the guy they need to take the dogs in. So this guy, I mean, if you see police officers with shotguns and you've got your dogs with you, and they're saying they need to take your dogs, the best thing you can do is get your dogs under control. Is this guy? He's trying to walk away. They've got guns, and he's trying to walk away. The best thing he could have done if he cared about his dogs. The moment I see people with guns, it's like if I see a police officer's just like saying, "Oh, come here, I want you," blah blah blah, and I try to walk away or whatever, and then I see an armed policeman. They say, "Get over here right now." I'm getting my ass over there. I ain't trying to get shot for no one. So this guy had a responsibility for his dogs to get them under control and give them to the police. What I would have been saying is, look, they're a bit nervous. You're making them nervous. Let me walk them to the van, wherever you're going to put them, whatever, you know. But this guy had it in his head that they weren't taking his dogs. And then obviously what sadly followed, the police shot them. And it was horrific. I've watched the video and listened to the dogs, and it sounded horrible. Like, to hear dogs crying in pain for being shot is something that you don't want to.
I definitely don't. I watched the version where it's just blared out.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no sound. So, yeah, I don't think I could have watched that.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, the police officers, for me, I could have dealt with those two dogs myself personally. These guys had guns. They had tasers. Like, I think if the dog attacks you and it's got hold of and it's looking like it's actually, like, everyone knows what a dog looks like when it's coming to get you. Like, there's no warning, and that man would not have been able to hold them dogs back if they were trying to get those police officers. They would have just gone for him, and they would have started trying to rip him to pieces, whatever, you know. But they didn't do that. They were on the lead. The guy never helped the situation, granted, but the police officers take a bit of responsibility. One of you grab the guy, you can get out of the way, whatever. One of you drive one dog, one of you gets the other dog. Even two of you. The worst that's going to happen, you're going to get bit on the arm a little bit, you know. But I'm sure they have they got all their gear on. They've got them bite-proof glove things and stuff like that. You know, you're coming to pick up a dangerous dog. I mean, that's a bigger failure. It's like me saying I'm coming to fix your plumbing and not turning up with no tools.
Yeah,
just turning up all fit, looking like, you know, ready to go.
No, I do agree with what you're saying. With, like, you were just kind of like, that situation could have been completely avoided.
Definitely.
But yeah, obviously as a dog owner myself, it's like really hard to watch, and I do have like the same breed, not as big, and they are babies. I mean, I saw a video of the guy on the tube with his dogs, and they were like kissing him and stuff, and you can tell that there's like no aggression there. Yeah. They were acting like babies on the tube. They were really well behaved. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what's happened. I've read quite a few things online, so I'm not sure of the whole backstory to how that actually happened. Yeah. But I kind of get where he's coming from. I mean, if somebody told me to hand my dogs over, it would be really difficult.
It would be.
But then you just comply, don't you?
The moment, trust me, the average person, the moment they see a police officer with a shotgun pointing at their dogs, they're going to do the right thing for their dog. You see a policeman come up to you with a shotgun and say, "Give me your dog." They're pointing a shotgun at your dog. Like that, you're going to comply real fast. Most people are, you know. But this guy, for whatever reason, you know, I want to touch on something a little bit, actually, because I touched on it a little bit, made a joke about it. They knew they were coming to pick up dogs. Yeah. They knew they were coming to pick up dogs. So for me, a dog can only bite you. Like, once a dog tries to bite you, it grips onto you and it's got you there. Why not turn up with the proper riot gear to actually collect dangerous dogs? You know, like all it would have taken is a sleeve. If I know I'm going to pick up dangerous dogs, I'm at least wearing a sleeve. Like to use deadly force should only be used to save life, if you ask me. And that I'm pretty sure that is a rule.
And so not one of them was a dog handler there.
That's what's crazy, you know. Like, you think you're turning up like the police is a failure within the police, and maybe that's something they need to look at. If you're turning up to deal with dogs rather than having to shoot them, you have a sleeve. You've seen what the dogs do. They're stupid. They just go, they'll just come over and try and bite the sleeve. And you just grab, well, once they bit the sleeve, you get that net thing that they do, and they put it around their neck, pull them and take them off. You know, that's what I would have done. But if you ask me, there's a failure from the police. Definitely for me, deadly force was not necessary in that situation. Like, if you ask me, they were just being pussies. Like, you know, and there's a lot of people like that. Honestly, there's a lot of people like that now. Like, they see pit bulls. I know pit bulls, they can do a lot of damage. But the moment you start faffing around running, that's when they can do their damage. You know, you roll your sleeve up, or you just grab them. Most people be able to grab a dog by the collar and pin him down. Most people can do that. You know, like men. You got 6 big ass grown men there. So
I read somewhere there was like 9 of them.
That's insane.
There was 9 officers there, because I think right towards the end, one runs around the corner, doesn't he?
Yeah,
and I think there was like 9 altogether. I mean, I really feel for the guy that's lost his dogs, because some people, they're a massive part, you know, some people are alone and it's their emotional support. So yeah, I do feel for him, but like you said, there's more to it. So, you know, just hand your dogs over maybe.
Definitely, just like you can't win, guys. You can't win when it comes to the police. You can't win. Like,
you're not going to win against the shotgun, are you?
No, you can't win. Like, you know, you just do the right thing for your animal. You know, like, you let your pride go. Like, you know, I don't know. Maybe that begs the question: why was he scared to give them to the police? Had something happened that maybe he realized that, you know, they fucked up, you know, because with dogs nowadays, you just literally need to bite someone nowadays. And especially if you're on the dangerous dog breed list, your dog's finished, basically. If it bites anyone, your dog's finished. So maybe, I don't know, maybe there was something there, but that's just speculating, which I don't want to do. But on that situation, failure from the guy, really pussy old behavior from the police officers. They need to have a look at themselves. They need to have a look at themselves. 6 to 9 men, grown men, scared of 2 bully dogs with shotguns and tasers and stuff like. Even a taser would have been fine, but you know, those dogs, I know aggressive dogs. They do not look like that. Aggressive dogs come for you, and there's you know, that when they see red. Like, when they see red, they just zone in on something and they're going for it. And they're gonna bite down and they letting go. You know, so next time, police officers, please tell me someone has a sleeve, like, even as a piece of equipment. I'm pretty sure that they have sort of protection stuff anyway, just because they're dealing with dangerous people anyway. You know?
There's a specific person in their department that's like a dog handler that they would say, we're going to get these dogs, you need to come with us. Yeah. Like, especially.
Yeah. Most definitely. And yeah, so that's, for me, I just can't see it. I was just like, really? Like, you know, why would you need to shoot them dogs? Like, you know, like, it's too, like, if they're trying to bite a kid, fair enough. If they're biting someone, they're hurting someone, then use deadly force. But just freaking a guy, they had him on a lead as well. So there was no immediate threat to life. It was just more of an ego thing. We want your dogs, get them over here now. So, but we'll move on from that one. That was a sore subject, especially. Definitely RIP to the little fellas. Now then, we have some interesting stuff. We have a YouTuber that thought it was funny to walk right past a lady while she was in her garden and just bowl into the house with her family and her kids. They were very traumatized, and they make the TikTok guy's name is, what's his name, Izzy or something like that. Mizzy or something like that. Anyway, I don't know. But let's have a look at the video.
Of alarm to that poor woman and to her children who were in the house.
Okay, we don't want to play. Here we go.
The way first. I apologize. You see this situation that blew up on the internet, the walking into random houses? The next day, I apologized to the woman because I felt bad, innit? Like, deeper than social media. Like, it went deeper than social media. That's why I didn't record it. She recorded me apologizing to her. I told her sorry, and she explained that she was terrified because her children were in the house. And I understood it.
What were you doing in the house?
What was I doing in the house? I don't know. It was a stupid video. Like, I got peer pressured to say. I don't want to say it like in that way, but...
Well, somebody else's fault.
I'm not blaming it on no one else.
I mean, you break into a
I
house
went
with
into the house.
a woman and a husband and
I went into the
two
house
young
on my
kids.
own accord.
No, I'm just saying, okay, you went through their door, right? But it's not your house. You're not supposed to be in there.
Oh, no shit.
You are causing a lot of alarm to that poor woman and to her children who are in the house.
Yeah, and you know, that's like that. I mean, to actually go through that, I mean, can you imagine like being at home with your children and then like three men just bowl right past you? That would be pretty traumatic, and that would like if this was America, those guys would have been because you know everyone's got a gun in America. You know, they would have been shot dead. They would have been shot dead on site. You know, so but I'll let you reflect on it. What do you think?
The first thing that comes to my mind is for the poor woman that was there with her kids. Completely would freak me out as well. I mean, some people are doing some crazy stuff now for publicity. But yeah, I don't agree with what he's done. I think that could have been he doesn't know like that person's situation. Yeah, it could have been anything.
Yeah, it's a very selfish thing to do. But this is my thing though as well. It's like they're giving him publicity now. So what they have officially told people, to go and Piers Morgan, like I mean, to let him to have. I'm very surprised that Piers Morgan had him on because Piers has got like a global audience all over the world. So like it's like free promotion for this guy, which he's going to be lapping up. Good for him, you know. Well, you know, he's doing his thing. His aim was sort of like to get rich, or sort of like, you know, get rich, die trying sort of style of chasing the publicity, fame, and stuff like that. And it succeeded. So I mean, you've got people that grind it out slowly, and then you've got someone that just walked into someone's house. So I mean, what the problem behind this now is a lot of influencers are going to look at this and think, oh, this is the blueprint. This is the blueprint to go, and they're going to get themselves in a lot of trouble because, like I watched a video of him talking to one of his friends, and his friend was saying to him, like, if you did that to my mum's house, you know, that's going to end one way for you, you know, and literally, you know, because and that's the honest truth. And so people are going to get hurt. He's going to get famous. He's going to get successful from it, but people are going to get hurt. Like, you know, people are going to get seriously hurt from doing this sort of stuff. So it's.
And I think there's just going to be people now just doing ridiculous things. I mean, I don't know how I would have reacted if somebody walked in my house, but I think he was ridiculous for doing it. Piers Morgan might have been the right show to go on because I can't imagine he took it very lightly on him.
No, he went for him. He went for him a little bit. The one thing I didn't like about Piers Morgan, what he done on this was the second part to it. Like I said to you, there was a trend thing where he was jumping over people's heads and stuff like that, and he happened to do it to a Jewish man. He's been doing it to everyone, like black people, white people, Asian people, whatever it is, but he done it to a Jewish person. But Piers Morgan sort of made it really personal about the Jewish thing. And I was just like, let's watch the video anyway and see.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
To numerous people, black people, white people, Asian, any types of people. I don't discriminate. So don't stop saying Orthodox Jewish person like I only targeted him and it was only him that I went for.
Why?
Yeah, so that was just a little snippet, and I think that's obviously Piers Morgan. He's not stupid. He does know how to sort of whip up a crowd, and you know, get the fanboys on his side. But I thought that was a bit low because it was quite clear. Anyone can see the guy's just chasing publicity. Like I doubt he'd even, unless they're wearing their thing on their head, I doubt he'd even know what a Jew looks like. You know, just to sort of target. He weren't out there targeting Jews, but Piers Morgan made it about that. And I was like, that's a bit distasteful from Piers there. I wasn't happy about that at all. But you know, like I said, the guy's totally in the wrong in terms of bowling past someone's house. He's going to get himself in a lot of trouble, and other people are going to get themselves in a lot of trouble because they're going to try and copy this sort of behaviour. I can see
now he's got to top it somehow, I imagine, to keep his followers interested. So
Indeed. So, and I don't know. I mean, what do you say to people? Is they're going to be like, yeah, he's done something really bad, but now he's insta famous. You know, he's literally famous all over the world. You know, like Piers Morgan. To go on Piers Morgan show is no joke. Like Piers has got a massive Piers has got a massive audience. Yeah, so that's a bit mad one. That's a bit of a mad one. Okay. I believe you had a topic to talk about, and I think it was the Schofield situation.
Well, yeah, I thought it would be good to kind of touch on the whole Schofield thing, seems as it's so out there at the moment, and there's lots of opinions. I mean, I don't know. You don't really know a lot about it, do you?
From what I heard, I don't know what sort of I don't know how they had this relationship with this young boy, but I know that they've known him for a very long time. He's been on, you said he was a runner for the show on This Morning. I know that Schofield knew. Hey Ryan, how's it going, bro? I know that Schofield knew that his brother was like, you know, doing something maybe, I don't know, that he maybe shouldn't have been doing with a 14-year-old boy, and they seem to have some sort of relationship. And, you know, I don't know whether it's right or not, but like, because the boy was gay, and it was like outright that like everyone knew the boy was gay, and then obviously you've got two fully grown gay men like, you know, talking to him. I don't know if that obviously makes it worse in most people's minds. You know, he's thinking, what's going on over here? But I don't know. What's your take on it?
I think there's a few. I think Eamon and Ruth have been, well, definitely Eamon, because I saw the video on.
Oh yeah, I saw. Oh my god, I saw that. Yeah. And Eamon wasn't holding back. He was roasting. He was roasting, like, wasn't he? I saw that.
Yeah. So that surprised me with Eamon, like how much he just went for it. I mean, he clearly doesn't like Philip. Holly's taken some time off. And obviously stood down. So there's been something there for a while, and there were rumours. And obviously his brother's in trouble at the moment. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just, the Holly thing is the bit that's confusing me at the minute, because people are really going after her. And I think that's probably because everybody's thinking that she knew about it and it was wrong. But yeah, I really like Holly, and I don't think that she would have. I think it's been blown up for her.
But I think, yeah, I think it possibly has. But what I also think that is, she's got enough pulling power. She's got enough pulling power to say, I'm not doing this with Schofield. Like, it seems like it got to a stage where she had no choice to disown him, basically. Because it did kind of seem like she was like, you know, trying to because the show continued, you know, even though it came out, she still continued to do shows with him. So, and she's got enough pulling power. Like, her partner's like a very big person, isn't he? Like he's like I don't know what he is. He's high up, isn't he? Really high up in TV. But so she had a lot of pulling power. It seemed like, and she has tried to like protect him before and stuff over sort of little bits and bobs. I don't really know enough about the facts to just throw it out there and just sort of tarnish his name, like. But it's not a great situation anyway. Like, you know, two men, you know, hanging around with these young boys. You know, that doesn't sound great. You know.
No, it's not. And I think as well, the fact that for years and years, I mean, in the industry, you're hearing a lot about it, like more and more anyway, that people have overlooked stuff for so long. And I think the Eamon and Ruth thing was originally because, well, allegedly Ruth put in a complaint about the relationship, and then her and Eamon left. But yeah, he didn't hold back, which surprised me the other day.
Yeah, I saw it. I wish I had that clip actually, because I was sat back there watching it, and he was like roasting. He was roasting her, and he was just like, if she didn't like it, I can't remember what he said. Something along the lines of, if she didn't like it, if she didn't want to work with him, there's no way she would have had to, sort of like. So he was trying to suggest that maybe she was like, I thought that she was trying to defend him a little bit, you know, trying to stick up for him and trying to stand by him, sort of, you know. So,
and I think the other bit as well, which was quite funny, is when he was saying about how, I think Phillips had some sort of payout or something, and he was saying, oh, I wish I had that when I left ITV, but I didn't have anything, and then he just tore into them. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit mental. That's a bit mental. Yes. So, guys, we have finished with our top news of our trending news topics. We're going to end the last 5 minutes with just some random fun questions for our lovely co-host, just to find out a little bit about her. So, I'm going to fire 5 questions. We're going to have a 5-question shootout. I'm going to fire a question at her. She's going to fire one back at me. This can be any random question.
No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure. And I'm going to let you start just to set the appetite for it. So,
Me?
I'm going to let you start. You can ask me any
I'm
question you want.
Okay, let's go with your star sign then.
I'm a Leo.
Leo.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, my question for you. What's your biggest turn on in a man?
Just somebody that takes care of himself and can, not take care of me, but treats me well.
What do you mean by that?
Not financially. That doesn't.
What? So he could have a small Fiat Punto and work at the post office and look after you.
No, I can't do the whole car thing. It's
Okay.
not got to be a nice car, but not a Fiat Punto.
Right.
Yeah, just being treated well. I think that does it for me. Just like where a man can be like a proper guy. Do you know what I mean? When they take you out and yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not many men do stuff like that anymore.
Well, we don't need to now. Now we've got this app, Now we've got this app, we can just swipe, Yeah, I'm 6 foot something. I make a lot of money. There's about 30 girls that all want the same type of man. We just go, yep, swipe, boom, yep, come round, and a girl will come round, and that's what you're competing with. That's literally what women are competing. And you know what I find? A lot of women are like plus 30. They're really struggling with that because like men are just being like, wait a minute. Well, I don't necessarily want to deal with what you've got going on. I can go with a younger girl. They are getting a lot of shit for it, but like everyone's throwing out the P word and saying that they just want a stupid woman that they can control and stuff like that. But
I think as well, a lot of these guys that are on there putting that they're 6 foot something and just come round. When you get there, they're never 6 foot something anyway.
I know. To be fair though, most women are short asses. So what do they know about 6 foot? It's like I see this woman. I think she's like 5'2", and she's saying, "Oh, I want a nice tall man and all the rest of it and blah blah blah."
What's wrong with 5'2"?
There's nothing wrong with 5'2", but my point is, a 5'2" woman is going to be very short compared to most men. That's like, if a man's 5'11", 5'10", he's gonna tower above that woman anyway. I
think that's what they like, though.
What do they like?
Like a protection thing, isn't it? Like I think
he's
massive. They're small.
Okay.
Yeah. I want somebody that's like my height.
How tall are you? That's not a question.
5'2".
You're 5'2".
Yeah, that's what
she's pocket size, guys. You can pick her up and take her away. Okay, yeah. It's your question now, Kendra. Go for it.
What car do you drive? There you go.
I have
like a Panda.
No, it's not a Panda. It's a Mocha. I have a Mocha, Vauxhall Mocha. I'm happy with it. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, but that's fine. I'm on about like tiny little like in between cars.
No,
like
I do want a little smart car though. I want a smart car. I love them.
No.
I love them. Them smart cars are so cool. I want one. I'm gonna get one. I think.
What, like the Dyson smart car?
The small one, the 2-seater little small one. It looks like a little. I don't know what it looks like. A little robotic car or whatever. Okay, she's going easy with these questions. I'm not going to make it easier, and I'm going to make it hard. Guys, want to help me out with a question? Someone? Okay. What's the most craziest thing you've done? The craziest thing you've done in your life? Like reckless, crazy. What's the most craziest thing you've ever done?
I can't think of anything. I mean, I've done some of the livings I've picked to do, like being a stripper a while ago. That was one of them. When I was younger, to get me through uni. Not really a crazy person. Like, obviously, I partied hard when I was younger, but I've never done anything like jumping out of a plane or.
Okay. I think you did tell me a story. I don't know if you like, you were. There was a little bit of a reckless story when you was like quite young and you went on a train journey. I remember that one. Just but that the short story. Are you okay telling the short story of that? Because that is a bit crazy, especially for someone that's got a 14-year-old daughter.
I was 14 and I basically told my mum I was staying at a friend's house, and I actually caught the train from Devon to Yorkshire on my own.
Wow.
At 14. No money when I got there to meet a guy.
Wow.
So yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
Stupid.
So,
That's what that is. Stupid.
Definitely. It kind of worked out for you in that situation. You was lucky. You didn't turn out to be an axe murderer, sort of. Anyway, but yeah, that is a bit like, I think girls need to be very careful when they're young of, like, the decisions that they make. They need to be very careful, especially with social media being what it is now. Like, you can pretend to be a lot of men are pretending to be young girls. You see all these, like, these pedophile hunter guys, and they record these people turning up to meet a 12-year-old and stuff like that. It's like you've got these animals out there like that, so you have to be very careful. Children.
I'm watching one right now that is absolutely insane. Like, it's a group of women that are doing pedophile hunting, and they are so clever. It is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with these men, what they've got going on in their head. The worst one I heard was like, this guy, he was speaking. He thought he was speaking to a 10-year-old, and he had an 8-year-old daughter, and he was trying to meet this girl and bring her to his house, and he said he's going to lock his daughter up while they do whatever. But this guy actually killed himself in prison.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way out of that. Like, there's no way out of that. You're coming to meet a 10-year-old. You've got an 8-year-old daughter. There's no way out of that. Ryan Blackmore says that you're hot, and he wants to know if you're interested. Yeah, I'm trying, but we'll see. No, we're keeping her private. She's not allowed to do any of that sort of stuff. I've got to make sure. I've got to keep an eye on her. Okay, your question. Be nice.
Be nice.
No, you don't have to be nice. Come on, this is fire. I want fire. Bring the fire, girl. Bring the fire.
Craziest thing you've ever done then, whilst we're sharing with the world what our
craziest thing.
what antics we've been up to.
Okay, so I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. This goes back to when I was about 18, and I was working in Woolworths, and I had missed my train. I was doing the night shift, and then I thought to myself, right, I need to stay somewhere. And I was kind of shallow back in them days. I was like, let me find the ugliest girl I can find and go back to her house. So I'm walking through the shopping centre. I see a girl, and I'm like, oh yeah. Let me come to your house tonight. And she was like, yeah, okay. And so I walked back with her, and she said to me, right, to get to my house though, you've got to climb over my garden wall, and then you've got to climb up to like the second floor. And she was like, I don't think she believed that I was going to do it. So I climb up onto this fence. I climb over this fence, this massive fence or wall, whatever it was. And then I feel like something hard that I could put my hands on. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll just stand on this. I stood on it. It was a glass greenhouse that I fell right the way through. Fell onto their sort of flower pot table, whatever they had underneath. That could have been so bad. Literally a glass house. Like, if you had tools, if you had equipment, I could have been impaled. Anything, Anyway, climb out of it, and it was like one of those sort of like movie scenes, where because the lights were on. And her parents were in the kitchen washing up. So I had to run, sneak under the window like that, wait for the lights to go off, then do some mad acrobatics, jump up, climb through the window. And yeah, I went in, done the business, and and snuck out in the morning. And she thought I was crazy as hell.
And they didn't hear you go through the greenhouse?
They didn't hear me go through, no.
Well, you're very lucky because
Yeah.
that might be the story.
That yeah,
Uh,
definitely
that
would have
that
been a
is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I could probably do worse, but that should suffice. That should suffice. Okay, all right. My question for you. I think we'll make it the last one each. Okay, last one each. Firecracker question. I think I'm winning with the hard questions anyway.
Oh, I'm totally unprepared today, but next time
you're
gonna
gonna bring the.
prepared.
Okay,
Yeah.
no worries. Okay, so my last question for you, and I'll leave you for the rebound. Last question. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, what happens if okay, so you meet this guy, hypothetical situation, you meet this guy, he's handsome, everything. Then it gets to the bedroom part and he's got like a micro penis. But
that has happened to me.
Tell me the story. Tell me the story. That's what we're talking about.
So I was seeing a guy for quite a while. We'd been on a few dates. He was really nice. And then when it came to that, and it like actually surprised me. It was like so small.
Wow. Well, micro, what like finger size, like like bite size.
Yes.
Like, wow.
Yes, literally. And then I just said, "I'm really sorry, but I can't do this," and I left.
No, you did not do that. That is bang out of order.
I couldn't.
Is this guy even alive still? Jesus, do you know how much that would destroy a guy's ego? You did not do that.
Yes, I did. I couldn't. I just couldn't.
Did he try like or not? Did he try?
No. We like got undressed, and then I was like, "I'm really sorry, I can't." Like we didn't even get there.
Was he overweight or something? Like,
no.
Well, so this is a ripped lean man with a sort of micro penis sort of thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't even try. You might have been a grower though. You might have been a grower. You didn't try to sort of work. You didn't try to work it.
That was it. That's as far as it. Yeah.
Well, so you didn't try and work it or anything though. Like you didn't try to like. You just saw it shrivel.
I was like, no, not happening. Sorry. See you later.
What did he do? He must have felt like I can only imagine what he must have been thinking.
I just couldn't do it, and then we left, and that was it.
Okay.
But he did message me like probably about 12 months ago, saying hi, how are you? So he's good. He's not scarred, I don't think.
You might want to check that. You might want to. Honestly, that would destroy a man. That's probably the worst thing ever, And it's like some men are growers. That means they can be small, and then soon as it comes to the action, it's just boom, ready. They're ready to start doing the work.
This was ready to go.
I'm trying to imagine. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Let me get you. You go. I'm gonna jam this down your throat. All right. All right. We'll leave it alone. Because that's pretty sad, actually. And sorry to the guy. Well, it's very sad. It's very sad. So it's very sad for a guy. I can only imagine. Hope. Luckily, I haven't. Luckily, I haven't had them experiences. Myself. So I'm all right. So but I'll leave it to you.
But yeah.
I'll leave it to you. But there's plenty of ways to please a woman without using that, though. There's loads of ways of doing it, and more pleasurable ways for most women. Because most men, most women will tell you, most men don't know what they're doing. They just and even worse when they've got a bigger one, they just think it's just
the
woman's just expected to be enjoying it. So, but we won't make this go for a turn. This is meant to be our morning show. We've gone off. This is your fault. You started this. Okay, your last question. My
questions have just been rubbish. Like next time, I am bringing it.
You're bringing it.
I have got one that's come to mind because when I phoned you yesterday, you were watching TV.
Okay, let's go.
Trying to multitask, so I think you know what I'm going to ask, but it's not like a very interesting question. So, favorite football team.
Glory, glory, Man United! Glory, glory, Man United! Glory, glory, man.
Is that who you
United.
yesterday?
I was watching United yesterday, and we had a 4-1 win over Chelsea, secured Champions League top 3 place. Happy frickin' days.
Wow.
Wow.
Excited.
Okay, Kendra. This is the first time for you. This was amazing having you on our morning show. I am going to get you to wrap the show up for us.
Oh wow, and another surprise. Thank you. Wow, thanks for joining us, and I've really enjoyed my first show. So yeah, let's continue to do it every morning. Join us. Wow,
Cool.
it's 3 mornings, isn't it? We're gonna do.
We're going to do 3 mornings a week, and loads of updates, loads of videos, short videos that we're going to get up here, loads of fun interviews, really cool guests coming on the show as well. So we'll be interviewing them as well. So guys,
and really uncomfortable questions on the next show for you.
Uncomfortable questions for myself. Okay, rightio. Guys, everyone, thanks for joining us. You lot have a fabulous one. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Bye.